Hello beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another pick a card reading for you. Today's pick a card reading is all about what your soul came here to learn. Okay, so what your soul wants to learn in this lifetime, what your soul's mission is, your soul's purpose, your life purpose. We have pile number 1 over here with this beautiful crystal. There we go. See it. We have pile number 2 over here with this beautiful crystal. Okay. And pile number 3 over here with this crystal. You can see that. Alright, so if you need to take time now to pause and meditate on the piles, but to just pick the pile that you feel most drawn towards, okay? And I will see you at your pile. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose this crystal here, then this is your reading all about what your soul wants to learn in this lifetime, what your soul came here to do, your life's purpose, your soul's mission, your soul's purpose, okay? So I'm going to be taking a look at oracle cards, tarot cards, as well as the astro dice. So what I'm going to first do is roll the astro dice, to get the overall energy. And also just keep in mind this is a collective reading, so please use your intuition to guide you. You know, we always have free will in life, so this is not like a set in stone thing. But yeah, so remember, you do have free will. This is just based off of the current energies, and this is a collective reading, so take what resonates. There should be at least like a few things in here that should resonate if you felt drawn to this pile. Okay, so let's roll the astro dice to kind of get the overall energy of this reading for you. Please, Spirit, for pile number 1, what did your soul come here to learn? What does your soul want to learn in this lifetime? Pile number 1, those pick pile number 1. What does their soul want them to learn? Alright, so we have Libra energy, we have Uranus, and we also have the first house. Okay, so the first house, your soul definitely came here to learn how to master balance in this lifetime. Balance of the self. The first house rules the self. Okay, so with Uranus energy here, you could even have dramatic breakthroughs where like all of a sudden your beliefs or the way that you view yourself or the way that you view certain situations in your life completely change and shift. You could have breakthrough moments in regards to the self. You could go through a lot of you know, changes of the self, whether that be like changing up your hair a lot or making like physical changes often. It could be something that you find yourself constantly doing, like making dramatic changes constantly. But with Libra energy, you could be a Libra sun, moon, or rising. This also kind of talks about balance, and I feel like there's this need to find balance and inner peace, inner harmony within yourself, and that's something that your soul definitely wants to learn in this lifetime. So if you ever feel like you're just so off balance, or you don't feel like you have inner peace within you, this is because this is something that your soul is wanting to learn. And in order to learn something, we sometimes have to go through difficulties or, you know, difficult situations that help us to learn how to master this. Okay, so I'm gonna look at the cards for more on this, but that's what I'm getting to start off here. All right, and I mean, could be some Aries watching this as well as Aquarius. You don't have to be, but you could be Libra, Aquarius, Aries, sun, moon, or rising. Oh, this card wanted to fly out. Ace of Wands. I feel like you guys get a lot of ideas. And also Ace of Wands gives me like new beginning vibes. But, alright, let's see. Please, Spirit, for pile number 1, what did their soul come here to master? What does pile number 1's soul want to master in this lifetime? What do they want to learn in this lifetime? This one's come out. What does pile number one's soul wants them to learn in this lifetime? And I don't read reversals. On the bottom. Okay, pile number one. What can I say about this? I can say about this is that we do have the Wounded Warrior card showing up here with the Nine of Wands here. It's almost like you guys might have had a really tough beginning part of your life, where you went through a lot of challenges. And in regards to these challenges, I feel like these challenges are in regards to even like mentally, how you feel mentally. Because it's like you have a lot of anxiety and stress that might have been caused from early on in your life. A lot of disappointment and loss even. But as I was saying before, I feel like a lot of this disappointment, this loss, the stresses that you went through, the wounds that you might have from the past, you went through all of this to kind of learn how to find that inner balance, that inner peace, that owning your power here, stepping into your power, being able to, you know, kind of, it's like being able to heal yourself so that you can help heal others. That's the kind of energy I have. And I feel like also because you've been through so much, you're able to understand human emotions a lot more than other people. We have the Queen of Cups energy here, which is like very intuitive and in tune with your emotions. It's like you, because of everything you went through, you're able to understand emotions more than others might be able to. I do have this sense of a lot of new beginnings that might happen within your life, a lot of change even. There's a lot of travel and movement as well. Perhaps you moved a lot, and your soul is kind of like wanting to, you know, not stay in one place, or your soul is wanting to like kind of move around and experience new things and experience what new beginnings would feel like. And again, some of you might have struggled with like even being able to sleep because of this Nine of Swords energy here. It's like stress, anxiety, keeping you up at night, disappointment and loss, but moving away from this energy and healing yourself from this energy so that you can then show up as this person who understands emotions and understands how to process emotions and, you know, be able to help others do the same and find that inner peace and that clarity and that balance. And there's definitely a sense of new beginnings here. And a lot of this comes too with like having, maybe you have a lot of new ideas often, and these are usually really great ideas that you probably have. Yeah, it's like your soul came here to kind of learn how to balance out your emotions and learn how to handle change and difficult times and learn how to like process emotions. That's really what I'm getting here. Definitely Wounded Warrior energy. No doubt you've probably been through it, pile number one. But it's like you're learning the lessons from the chaos, from the pain, from the changes, from all of these difficult situations. It's like your soul is wanting to learn from these difficult situations. Your soul is wanting to learn and understand why these certain situations happened and what you can learn from them and how you can grow from them, and how you can better understand yourself, especially your emotional self. Let's see what else we have. So we have surrender. Surrender your need to control the outcome. Just be with life in this present moment. Okay, so your soul is wanting to learn how to surrender to the need to be in control. So if you feel like you need to constantly be in control of situations, your soul wants you to learn how to let go of that. How to let go of that need to be in control. Let go of your need to control the outcome. Perhaps you attach yourself to outcomes a lot, and your soul wants you to detach from the outcome. Don't let the outcome make or break you, right? Don't attach happiness to the outcome of a situation. Surrender that need to be attached to the outcome, and you will actually live a much more calm life if you do this. If you allow yourself to just be in flow and to surrender, detach from the outcome. Don't let a person, place, or thing bring you happiness, right? Because you don't want to attach your sense of happiness to a physical thing or person. You want to detach from that kind of mindset. So we also have passion and new beginnings. Look at that. With a chariot on the bottom of the deck here as well. You know, it's like your soul is constantly wanting you to move in the direction of new beginnings that bring you passion. I feel like you have a passion within you as well, especially with this King of Wands energy. There's like a fiery passion within you that wants to come out, that wants to be ignited. And it's like your soul wants to learn how to follow your passion, follow what lights you up. Go in the direction, right? Because of the Eight of Wands here, the direction of the passions that you have. Whenever you feel passionate about something, your soul wants you to act on that. And embrace new beginnings. If you ever feel like you're afraid of a new beginning, your soul actually wants to learn how to move forward in those new beginnings, how to embrace those new beginnings, and to not be fearful of change, and to not be fearful of these breakthrough moments, not be fearful of, you know, following your passion in your heart. And we also have love, partnership, and parenting. Okay, so we have either life path number 8, some of you could be a life path number 9, but you're definitely meant to learn how to love in this lifetime. There's definitely this sense of, you could even learn a lot of lessons through your partnerships. Perhaps early on in life you had some relationships that were really freaking tough on you, and actually some of these tough relationships could have stemmed from a tough relationships with your parents. Because oftentimes if we have these parent wounds where like we grew up with a childhood that was really difficult and we didn't always see eye to eye with our parents, and you know, our parents might have struggled, and that's all the kind of like what we've known was struggle, or divorced parents, or a parent that wasn't, you know, showing up the way we needed them to. We can then actually attract partners into our life that reflect these wounds to us, and perhaps that's something that happened here, but I do see that if you learn from the childhood trauma that you went through and you heal those wounds that you have with your parents, that you could actually attract a wonderful love partnership and even become a parent of your own here. Like, you're kind of, okay, sorry, that kind of jumbled up a little bit. Mercury retrograde right now. But what I mean by this is learning how to reparent yourself. And some of you might actually have, you know, fears of being a parent, fear of being a mom because of these childhood wounds, or perhaps even a mother wound. But I feel as if your soul wants to learn how to heal this and then actually become a parent in some way and have this beautiful love partnership after you do the healing and the inner work, because I do feel like that's meant for you in some way. And it doesn't even have to be like, whether it's like a child of your own, adoption, you know, a ton of pets and just showing tons of love. But I do feel like some of you do have this fear of being a parent. That's just a message that's coming through. Or just like a parent wound. Alright, let's see what else we have for you. So, more astrology here. We have the 10th house, Gemini, and mystery here, the numinous. So, you guys definitely have some psychic gifts, psychic abilities. You definitely, your soul here definitely wants to look within. Spirituality is meant to be really important to your soul in this lifetime. It's a focus. You're meant to feel like you are one with the universe and source, and really connected to source strongly. And again, there's shadow work showing up here, so doing the shadow work. You have a strong intuition, and your soul is wanting to learn how to trust that intuition and make choices based off of the intuition that you have, the inner knowing that you have. And also, your soul is wanting to pursue a career that makes you feel passionate about it. A big part of your purpose is to have a career here that you enjoy, that you feel that you get noticed in, that you stand out in, that you receive a lot of achievements in. But this also represents authority figures. So again, going back to this wound here that you might have, where you maybe you struggled with authority figures growing up, and that could stem from your parents, and that could have made it really hard to get along with certain bosses, and this is something you're needing to heal. And then we have Gemini energy. So you could be a Gemini sun, moon, or rising. You don't have to be, but could also be where your 10th house is. Your MC could be in Gemini. But this is really communicative energy. Learning how to communicate in this lifetime, properly communicating messages to people. Saying, you know, it's like you say the right thing at the right place at the right time without even realizing it. But you also have a really curious mind. Really, really brilliant mind. But you could also feel a little bit restless at times, right? But your soul is also really wanting to socialize. It's wanting to socialize with others. It's wanting to build relationships with others, whether that's friendships, partnerships, business partnerships, anything else like that. Really wanting to communicate a lot in this lifetime, because I feel like through communication with others, you learn lessons and you grow. Your soul grows through communicating with others. So we also have freedom and security. Okay, so yeah. Freedom, definitely Uranus energy here, but it's like you want to break free from restrictions, from limiting beliefs. Your soul wants to learn how to break free from limiting beliefs. You could have had a lot of limiting beliefs that stem from childhood, and your soul wants to learn how to break free from these limiting beliefs and embrace new beginnings. Your soul doesn't want to be tied down. I feel like it's like, I mean, listen, you could be in a relationship, right? You can still be in a relationship and not be like restricted. It's like finding a balance between, it's like finding a healthy relationship that allows you to still have that freedom, right? And I'm not meaning like freedom to, I mean, whatever you want, honestly. No judgments here. Whatever you want. freedom to represent for you, just know that your soul's purpose is to have freedom. And if you want to, let's say, travel, this could be something that your soul is wanting to learn. And also we have security, and to me this gives me this sense that growing up you may not have felt secure, right? Because we do have all of these lessons that your soul is wanting to learn. So I feel as if your soul is wanting to learn how to find inner security, because perhaps you didn't always get shown that in the best of ways. You kind of felt as a child that you weren't safe, and then you attract partners that didn't make you feel safe, and then now it's like your soul went through all of this to kind of teach you that you need to not look outside of you for the security, right? Give yourself the security that you seek, and this will help you attract better relationships, and find that inner peace, that inner security. Because as I always say, if you watch my videos often or my pick card readings often, I always say that how we feel internally is what is reflected to us in the external world. Okay, so if you don't feel safe internally, if you can't trust yourself, if you don't find comfort within yourself, if you still have those unhealed wounds from childhood, then you're going to continue to attract situations that mirror this to you. But in this lifetime, your soul wants to master inner security so that you can feel secure, stable, and happy in your reality. But there's also, again, this sense of freedom, and you could also have to be forced to embrace the unknown at times. Embrace the unknown of new beginnings. It's like many times you might be pushed to do something that is outside of your comfort zone, to try something new, to, you know, take a risk and go in the direction of the unknown, even when you don't know all of the answers yet. This is something that your soul is wanting to learn. Now we also have mindful wisdom, create inner harmony. Look at that, inner harmony, yes. And travel awaits you, okay? So yeah, some of you do want to travel. Your soul wants to travel, explore, have that freedom to see different perspectives, to see different sides of the world, okay? And also to create inner harmony here. Like I was saying, finding that inner peace, that balance within, that inner security, to create stability within yourself and within your life. And we also have power, new beginnings again, and purity. Yeah, so there is this huge emphasis on new beginnings. You may notice yourself going through a lot of new beginnings throughout your life. You know, traveling to start a new beginning is like something that's popping into my mind. And really kind of finding your power again, finding your strength again. Now we have the numbers 11. Okay, wow, we have 9, 10, 11. So that's progress. You could be life path number 11, again, life path number 9, or life path number 1. And life path number 1, all about new beginnings, but also leadership qualities and things like that. 11, life path number 11. I'm a life path number 11. It's a pretty hard life path, I must say, because you do deal with like a lot of emotional things. You're like the wounded warrior, the wounded healer, I should say. Definitely you learn to heal yourself so you can help heal others, but remember, you have to heal yourself first. Without healing yourself, you are not able to really truly show up as the person that others need, okay? And the thing about healing is, one, the healing never ends, and it's not linear, right? But as you heal yourself and you learn these lessons, you're able to teach and inspire others through what you've personally gone through, okay? And the more you ignore these wounds, the more inner conflict you're going to feel, the more struggle and stress you're going to feel within. And your soul really wants you to learn how to embrace your wounds and learn from them. okay, and move forward in new beginnings as you go through that healing journey. But you're not meant to make your entire life's purpose about healing. No, because we don't want to create that mentality too, where you constantly need to be like looking out for where to heal and all of that. Like, no, I'm just saying, if you feel triggered at some point in your life, pause and ask yourself, okay, why am I triggered right now? What's going on? And then learn that lesson from that trigger and move forward, right? That's kind of what healing is all about. And now we also have Goddess of the Unknown, okay? So this is a new chapter of your life is around the corner. Remove fear and embrace the unknown. Again, you're meant to literally get forced into these new beginnings that are so freaking scary. You may be afraid of change. You may be afraid of not knowing the next step, or a fear of not knowing all of the answers, a fear of not knowing if the direction you go is the right direction or not. But the thing is, your soul is kind of guiding you in this way because you're meant to learn how to listen to your intuition. You're meant to learn how to trust that you know, like kind of trust in your own inner navigation, right? Trusting that the choice that you make, the path you choose, is going to be the right one, and it's always going to guide you and lead you to exactly where you're meant to be. So you're supposed to embrace the unknown and learn, you know, through whatever you are faced along your journey. Don't be fearful of change, and don't be fearful of the unknown. It's okay to not know all the answers, because I bet a lot of you have a lot of logic energy, and it may be really hard for you to tap into that spiritual side, or that side that's just so trusting, and maybe you struggle to trust your intuition, but that's what you're learning in this lifetime. And we also have close encounters, okay? So this to me is again talking about those close relationships that you're building with others. You learn and you grow through close relationships. And also it's like the butterfly breaking free from this cage, again kind of signifying transformation, change, new beginnings, and freedom. And it's like, I feel like too, you may find yourself in a lot of situations where you're needing to break free, because some of you might have stayed in a situation for too long that was not good for you, and then all of a sudden it's like you're finally breaking free from that situation. But it takes you a little bit because of this fear of the unknown. But this is what your soul is wanting to learn, how to, you know, really not keep yourself in bad situations or unhealthy situations for so long, because it can be really damaging. And instead you're kind of like put into these situations so that your soul can learn how to make those changes and take those risks and those leaps of faith to break free from, you know, not healthy situations, and really embrace the unknown and trust your intuition. Yeah, and trust your intuition. This is huge. This is definitely what this is talking about. And another thing here that I'm getting is, I feel like some of you have been put into unhealthy relationships where you've needed to truly travel away from the situation, or relationships led you to travel somehow. Not for all of you, but for some of you, that could be the case. All right. So let's see what else we have for you. So we have selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit, okay? Yeah, you are meant to devote yourself to spirit here, because the thing is you're meant to co-create with the universe, and in order to do this you also need to learn how to trust your intuition, surrender to your intuition, and not let fear hold you back or your ego side hold you back. And the shadow attributes of this is negative judgment of the physical world and excess pity, okay? So, and then we also have vampire. makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. So you may find yourself in situations where people are literally draining your energy. You're like, you're in these relationships with people that who just, it's literally like a vampire, suck the life out of you. And the shadow attribute to this is depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining, and codependency. Okay, so hear me out on this. You need to be mindful of both. You need to be mindful of, one, codependent relationships, and on top of that too, we have depleting others for your psychic survival and chronic complaining. So be mindful of, as well, if you ever find yourself getting into this chapter of your life where all of a sudden you can't help but just vent and vent and vent to people who are willing to sit there and listen and be there for you and who are supportive. There needs to be boundaries, like emotional boundaries, and you also want to make sure you're setting those emotional boundaries with people who are doing the constant complaining to you, or putting all of their, it's like emotional dumping onto other people, right? So people might do this to you and you might do this to others, and it's important to establish your soul is wanting to learn emotional boundaries so that this is not happening from either side. That's something your soul wants to learn in this lifetime. And then we also have artist, okay, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. In the shadow sides, using talent as an excuse to mistreat others, or posing as the starving artist to elicit pity. Okay, so this essentially is just saying that, you know, your soul is wanting to learn how to inspire others through your creativity. Okay, so you may be really creative in some way, whether it's through writing, speaking, art, you know, you can literally express creativity in so many ways, but I feel like your soul is really wanting you to kind of express yourself creatively in some way. And this could also be in regards to you, you know, inspiring others through your own healing journey, right? So lastly, let's see what your soul wants you to surrender in this lifetime. We already have surrender showing up here, but let's see what else your soul wants you to surrender. Look at that. Surrender to creativity. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. Yeah, your soul is definitely wanting to create in this lifetime. And with Gemini energy, could be in regards to writing or speaking about certain experiences in a creative way, anything like that. And we also have surrender unhealthy relationships. Look at that. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. Some of you have been really hurt in the past by unhealthy relationships. Some of you may stay in unhealthy relationships longer than you need to be because you're afraid of change in the unknown, because you're afraid to, you know, make the moves to move and leave those situations. And it's going to be different for all of you because, you know, nobody goes through the same exact situation. So, you know, don't beat yourself up about it if you have stayed in an unhealthy relationship far longer than you should. I understand every situation is different, but what your soul is wanting to learn is it wants to learn how to surrender those unhealthy relationships. And also surrender to inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. So your soul also wants you to surrender to inner peace. Learn how to find balance and security and self-love within yourself instead of looking to others to provide that for you. And on top of that, your soul also probably wants you to meditate and ground your energy. So please do that if you haven't been already, because I feel like it will be so helpful, especially along your healing journey. I'm sending you all of my love, pile number 1. I really hope this reading resonated in one way or another. If it did, give this a thumbs up, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date with my new pick a card readings, and I really hope to see you next time. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose this crystal here, then this is your reading all about what your soul's purpose is, what your soul came here to learn and accomplish in this lifetime, what your soul wants to learn in this lifetime. Okay, so I'm really excited about this reading. Remember, this is a collective reading, so only take the messages that resonate and use your intuition to guide you. You know, these messages should resonate, but they're going to resonate in different ways for everyone, and that's where your intuition comes in, okay? And on top of that, too, we have free will, so keep that in mind, as always. All right, so let's get started. Please, Spirit, for pile number 2. Oh, actually, I want to roll the astro dice first to get some overall energy. So please, Spirit, for pile number 2. What does their soul want to learn in this lifetime? What does pile number 2's soul want to learn in this lifetime? Those who picked pile number 2, what does their soul want to learn in this lifetime? Okay, Uranus energy, Gemini in the 5th house. Oh, my back just started hurting me. Why? I don't know. This is very similar energy to pile number 1. So if you were drawn to both, then perhaps pile number 1 has some messages for you as well. But I do feel as if your soul is wanting to learn how to create and express in this lifetime. Definitely expressive energy. Like, you are here to communicate creatively. And I also feel as if you will have breakthrough moments in regards to the 5th house. And the 5th house rules like playfulness, romance, your inner child. It also rules your creative self-expression, how you express yourself. Yeah. You're gonna have a lot of changes throughout this lifetime when it comes to your self-expression. And I'm getting messages that, like, your voice needs to be heard, learning how to communicate. You could also be someone who communicates messages to people, the right place at the right time type of energy. It's very similar to pile number 1. But yeah, let's dive into your cards, pile number 2. Alright, please, Spirit, for pile number 2, what does their soul want to learn in this lifetime? Look at that, creativity coming up right away with the Sun card. Leo energy. What does pile number 2? Does pile number 2's soul want to learn in this lifetime, please, Spirit? All right, pile number 2. So yeah, your soul is definitely wanting to learn how to express itself, right? You're wanting to learn how to express yourself in this lifetime. And the thing is that for a long time, pile number 2, I feel as if you kind of hid a part of who you are. Whether it was because you were afraid of judgment, you could have some really intense energy in the 5th house. Like, for example, some of you could have like Saturn in the 5th house. But there's this energy of perhaps even not even like communicating in a way that you wanted to because you were afraid of judgment. Maybe you've actually been surrounded by people who have different opinions or beliefs than you. You're a very hard worker though, and I do feel as if your soul is wanting to learn how to create and work hard towards creating this long-term stability in your life. It's like you're wanting stability. You could also be pursuing this creative passion of yours that brings you long-term stability. I feel as if you're really connected to source, and you probably get a lot of like downloads from the universe and from spirit and source here. Like ideas that come out of nowhere and give you a sense of clarity. It's like finding clarity in the unknown as well. Mystic energy with the unknown card here showing up. We do have like wounded warrior, wounded healer vibes. But again, with the Seven of Swords, I'm getting this like you're really like, it's like you're quiet about who you truly are because you're afraid to kind of be who you really want to be. But your soul wants to learn how to master this and come out of your shell more and truly just show up as the person who you want to be. Show up in your true authenticity. And with the Wheel of Fortune, I do feel like this is exactly who you're going to be. And then we have the Empress right below that. All about creating and creativity. I feel like a lot of you are meant to create something and birth new ideas into this life. Communication, though, is definitely something that is a focus for you. Whether it's writing, speaking, okay? But I feel like your soul is definitely here to communicate. It wants to learn how to communicate ideas, share ideas with others. Let's look into your cards for more info here. So we have patience. Be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. Alright, so your soul, I'm sorry guys, but your soul is here to learn patience. And because we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords, these are two very different energies here, because the Knight of Swords is like fast paced and the Knight of Pentacles is like slow and steady. So this to me is kind of giving me this energy of like, you really want results fast, you want to see progress fast, you might be really impulsive at times, but your soul is here to learn patience, and in patience you will receive abundance. So don't try to rush any processes, really take your time, okay? And when you feel like things are going at a slower pace, it's all a part of the journey, okay? So just embrace it. Embrace patience. Now we also have protection and clarity. Look at that clarity with the Ace of Swords. Yeah, you definitely, it's like throughout your journey, you're going to get messages that bring clarity to not only you, but to also to others. And I feel like you're divinely protected, but also you have this energy about you that makes other people feel protected as well. And it could even be in the way that you speak to others, makes people feel protected in some way. And maybe it's because you've been through a lot, so you want to show up for others in a way that, you know, you wished somebody would have shown up for you. And also I feel like your soul's mission might have literally been sent here on Earth to help protect and raise and uplift literally the world, the vibration of the world, right? The vibration of Earth. You're here to help raise the vibration of the planet. You're here to help protect Earth as well. It was like your soul's mission to come here to be that light in the dark, to help others see the bigger picture, to help others see the bigger plan, to help heal. And we also have a happy ending and follow your dreams. Whoa, okay, so your soul did not come here to, you know, have a bad outcome. You are going to get your happy ending. So if at any point in life you feel afraid of the unknown, afraid that things aren't going to work out, know that they are going to, and keep telling yourself that. You are here to literally have a happy ending, okay? It could be a life path number 3 or a life path number 4 actually as well, but we also have follow your dreams. So your soul wants to learn how to follow your dreams, right? You're meant to follow your dreams and have an and have a happy ending when you do follow your dreams. When you're following your dreams, you're happy. Your soul is so happy when you're following your dreams, and that's what you're meant to do. You're literally meant to follow your dreams, plant those seeds, and they will grow and blossom, and you will reap the harvest. And I also feel like you are going to go through a lot of cycles in this lifetime. Like, it's like you're kind of like a cycle breaker. You're breaking cycles in your maybe generational trauma in your within your family as well. But yeah, you're meant to follow your dreams. So if you're not following your dreams right now, this is your sign that you will have a happy ending if you pursue your dreams. So ask yourself, what makes me happy? What is it that I want to do and achieve in life? And am I doing that? And if you're not, now is the time to make those shifts, make those changes. So we have flow, Mercury, communication, self. Okay, yeah. First off, trine is a great energy. This is like harmony, balance, eases, supports, okay? You are meant to be in flow. Your soul is wanting to learn how to let go of control and just flow through life. Flow through life, follow those passions, follow those impulses, follow, you know, the urges that you get, and just be in flow with life instead of questioning when something's gonna happen, if you're on the right path, why something hasn't happened yet. Let go of those attachments, let go of those mindsets, and just be in flow with what makes you happy, and you will have the best life possible, I promise you. And also, again, with communication showing up, Mercury here, which is more Gemini energy as well as Virgo energy as well, but you are meant to share your ideas, share your words in some way, whether that's through speaking, whether that's through writing. There's this need to communicate, and there's also this sense that your perspective might shift a lot throughout life, and your outlook on not only yourself but on the world overall is probably going to change and shift. And it's possible your perspectives and your views aren't always met with acceptance, but this is because your soul is wanting to learn how to stay strong in your own beliefs, even when other people are trying to make you doubt yourself or trying to make you like kind of steer off course. Like perhaps you have this idea for yourself, right? This dream, this goal for yourself that you want to achieve, and when you share this, you're met with like resistance from others, people doubting you, people telling you you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Well, the thing is, you should do it, because if you feel like it's something that will make you happy, then that's what you're meant to do, and you're meant to block out those voices of others, the opinions of others, and not let others come in and, you know, steer you astray. When you're in flow with your dreams and with the universe, I promise that's part of your soul's mission here. And we have new beginnings, and we have flow again. Look at that. You're definitely meant to be in flow. You're not meant to be so uptight. And again, if you have Saturn in your 5th house, it's like some uptight, I have that personally, uptight, stiff energy, and needing to like feel like you have to be in control all the time and have this sense of responsibility like looming over you at all times, you're meant to let go of that. You're meant to learn from that, and that is why Saturn would be in your 5th house. It's because you're meant to learn lessons in that area of your life, and your soul is wanting to learn lessons in that area of your life. But I do feel like you're meant to embrace this new beginning where you're following your dreams and living out your authenticity, creating from your heart space, and communicating and sharing ideas and sharing your vision. Your communication is actually going to help so many and inspire so many. The way you communicate is going to be really inspiring to a lot of people. I also get this feeling that you will have this new awakened sense of self-awareness as well. And we also have light your own path, lead the way here with number 5. And number 1, which also represents new beginnings, align your universe, navigate distractions. Look at that. So you are meant to lead your own path here, light your own path, which is like, you're not meant to live a standard life of, you know, following societal norms and doing things by the book and, you know, following set structured rules. I feel like your life is going to be really unstructured. It's like you kind of embrace change so effortlessly. You may change your mind a lot, especially with Gemini energy. You may, you know, have a lot of different passions and you're not always sure of which one you should follow. But the thing is you're meant to just follow the one that lights you up inside and go from there. And you're gonna feel really distracted along your path. And like I said, some of these distractions are gonna come in as, you know, negative influences, people trying to stop you and hold you back, self-sabotaging mindsets that might hold you back as well, fear of the unknown, procrastination, just not being able to really focus, and getting yourself to focus and navigate distractions and just continue to light your own path and follow your dreams is what's going to bring you to this happy ending. And that's what your soul is wanting to learn. Your soul is wanting to learn how to follow your dream and light your own path and lead by example. You're actually going to be probably seen as a leader. A lot of people are probably going to look up to you. They're going to think that you're really inspiring. The fact that you followed your dreams and you didn't follow society's norms and you were able to make it work, because you will be able to make this work. You will be able to literally do whatever you want to do when you're living in flow and trusting in yourself and in the universe and co-creating with the universe. And when you align your energy with what it is you're trying to create for yourself, your soul wants to navigate those distractions and not let the setbacks or the opinions of others kind of distract you from your path, right? So that's beautiful. And we also have here uncertainty in love. Okay, so yeah, there's going to be many times where you feel uncertain of probably if the direction you're going in is the right direction, uncertainty of what's to come, what's next. But the thing is, that's okay. Because no matter what path you choose, if you're following your intuition, it's gonna lead you exactly where you're meant to be. And regardless, you're going to end up exactly where you're meant to be, so do not fear uncertainty. And you're also meant to have a beautiful love in this lifetime as well. You'll probably experience a great love in this lifetime. Your soul wants to experience love. Your soul wants to be loved. And your soul also wants to love and find inner love, inner self-love. So learning how to love yourself so that you can give love to others and receive love from others. And we have a higher view, number 5. Okay, so you guys are able to see things from a higher perspective. You're very self-aware, and throughout this lifetime, you are probably a very spiritual person. You've probably done a lot of healing, or you have been going on a healing journey, possibly healing your inner child. But you're able to see things from a higher perspective than a lot of people. And you're able to see the lessons in the setbacks, the lessons in the trauma, the lessons in the wounds, the lessons in the heartache. You're able to see the lessons in every situation. And because of this, this gives you this higher perspective. And it may be frustrating at times because perhaps people who you're surrounded by aren't looking at things from the same perspective that you are, and that's where that uncertainty comes in, and feeling judged and feeling misunderstood and not seeing eye to eye with a lot of people in your life at times, because you are able to see things from such a higher perspective. So the key here is to learn how to, stand your ground in your belief system without getting distracted or without letting the opinions and judgment from others get in the way. But also, you're not meant to judge others for their beliefs and views. It's like you're able to be the mediator between the two. You're able to see both sides of the coin, right? And that's actually really special. That's a great thing, because some people are really strong in their beliefs where they're not able to see both sides, and that can be a really limiting way of life. And being able to see both sides gives you a lot of opportunity for growth. I feel like you're not the type to be really judgmental. You're not the type to, judge others if they have different beliefs than you, but you may feel judged when others don't have similar beliefs to you. You may feel like you're being judged by others, if that makes sense. But this is all a matter of perspective, and your soul is definitely wanting to learn how to see a different perspective, how to see a higher perspective. So if you're not there yet, this is something your soul is wanting to learn. Learn how to see the bigger picture. Learn how to see things from a higher point of view. Like you're looking down, looking over at the bigger picture. And we also have Goddess of Strength. Look at that. Stand up for what you believe. You will gain respect by holding your ground. Yes, you're meant to stand up for what you believe in, especially when it comes to your belief system. You're not meant to be distracted in this. And this is why if you pick this pile, you might feel like your beliefs are very different than the beliefs of those that you are surrounded by. And an example of this would be like, I feel like I can resonate a lot to this pile. I feel like how I could relate to this for an example for you guys. I'm feeling called to share this, but I'm into tarot and spirituality, and my family is really religious Christians, and they're not into astrology. They don't really believe in astrology, and they don't see tarot the way that I do, and they kind of make me feel like tarot is bad and I shouldn't be doing it and I shouldn't be messing with it. But I'm going to stay true to myself and continue to do tarot regardless, because that is my belief and that's what I believe in, and I don't believe that it is evil the way that they do because of their religious beliefs, and I have different religious beliefs than them. So that's like an example of me standing my ground regardless of what my family thinks or what my family believes. But I still respect their beliefs, and I don't judge them for it. But again, I also don't let them distract me from my own path. So let's see what else we have. We have Advocate here. Inspires you to put compassion into action. Okay, yes. A lot of you are meant to actually be an advocate in this lifetime, possibly for others who can't speak or stand up for themselves, and you're meant to be that advocate for them. But there is a shadow attribute, embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. Okay, so keep that in mind. That is the shadow aspect. You want to focus on the light. Your soul wants to learn how to inspire yourself to put compassion into action, to be compassionate, to be a compassionate person. Your soul also wants to learn loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness, okay? So learning how to be selfless, learning how to be compassionate, learning how to stay loyal and be loyal. So you could probably be seen as, you know, a loyal friend, a loyal partner, a loyal companion. But the shadow side of this, when you're not in alignment with your soul, is betrayal by misusing confidences, loss of personal identity, okay? So when you feel like you're not in your authentic self, being authentic, showing up as the person that makes you feel ultimately happy within, doing things that make you feel happy, then you're not in alignment with your soul. And when you're betraying others, and when you're not being loyal, and when you're being selfish, you're not in alignment with what your soul wants to learn, okay? And lastly, we have mystic here, reveals an intimate union with the divine, okay? Yeah, you are a mystic. You are very connected to divine, to source. And the shadow side of this is a delusional rapport with the divine, okay? That's when you're not in alignment with your soul. You want to have this intimate union with the divine, but not to get so out of control where you're just delusional, right? I know that can sound a little bit like harsh and kind of like, well, what's the difference, or how can you tell? But trust me, you will kind of know. You will sense when, you know, there's delusion. And you want to stay grounded and be practical. Don't let spirituality overpower you to the point where you're not being realistic and practical with yourself. But you could be a mystic healer, is something that I'm getting here as well. People are going to look up to you and feel inspired by you, especially by your voice. And now, what do you need to surrender to? What does your soul want you to surrender to? Surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in, rather than trying to handle everything yourself. Okay, so you could find yourself in situations where you feel as if you need to do everything alone. You feel like you can't ask for help, and this is probably stems from childhood trauma, feeling like you always had to be the responsible one. Maybe you grew up way too fast. Maybe you were forced into independence at a really young age. Regardless, you need to surrender to receiving support and love. You could have been really hurt in love as well. Being open to receiving love is really important. Your soul wants you to learn that. And also surrender your belief in scarcity, okay? The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. Yes, like I said, you were meant to have that happy ending when it comes to following your dreams. But at times, your belief system could hold you back. Believing that, you know, you won't be able to have abundance, believing that you need to be in survival mode at all times in order to get abundance. If you believe in scarcity, this could stem from childhood. Perhaps you had parents who had a scarcity mindset. You watched your parents struggle with money and have an unhealthy relationship with money, and then this kind of got passed down to you now, and now this is like a limiting belief that is within you. This is something you're needing to let go of and learn how to be in flow with money, and to not have that negative mindset when it comes to receiving money in abundance. And lastly, we have surrender to rest and sleep. To prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. So some of you might be hard workers, like I said, and you don't know how to take a break. You don't know how to rest. You don't know how to have that alone time where there's no distractions. And this is something, you know, your soul needs you to learn how to do. Learn how to take breaks, relax, pause, and spend time alone in quiet, meditation, and sleep. And if you don't, you will burn out, and this is a sign that you are not in alignment with your soul, okay? So there we have it, pile number 2. I really hope that this reading resonated in one way or another. If it did, give this a thumbs up, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, notification bell to stay up to date with my new pick a card readings, and I really hope to see you next time. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose this crystal here, then this is your reading all about what your soul's mission is in this lifetime, what your soul wants to learn in this lifetime, okay? So this is a collective reading. Keep that in mind. Use your intuition to guide you, like always. And yeah, let's jump into it. I'm going to roll the astro dice first. So please, Spirit, for pile number 3, what is their soul wanting to learn in this lifetime? Please, Spirit, for pile number 3. What does their soul want to learn this lifetime? We have the 11th house, Capricorn energy, and Saturn, which is interesting. Okay, so yeah, you're going to learn a lot of lessons throughout this lifetime. You know, somewhat karmic energy, perhaps karmic cycles that you could be working through a lot of karma within your family, like karmic cycles, like generational trauma that you're breaking free from. You could feel restricted at times, because I feel like your soul wants to learn how to break free from restrictive energy. The 11th house rules wishes and dreams, friendships, networking, community situations, community settings. So at times you may have felt like you don't belong, almost kind of like the oddball out, perhaps in friendships and in group settings. You might have struggled early on in life with friends and communities and like group situations, feeling like the lone wolf almost, kind of like you just don't fit in. With Capricorn energy here, this is very hardworking energy, so I'm feeling like you guys are hard freaking workers, right? It's like you really want to bring yourself financial stability and security, that you're willing to just work yourself. Like you work. But let's tap into the tarot here to kind of see some more messages. Please, Spirit, for pile number 3. What does their soul want to learn in this lifetime? What did their soul come here to do? What did their soul come here to do in this lifetime? How did their soul come here to do? Oh. You know what's really interesting to me is there's 2 cards here indicating like where there's people who are writing. We have the Hierophant and the Knight of Pentacles, okay? And they're both writing. So I don't know if some of you have a gift for writing, or if you feel like you're meant to write in some way or express yourself through writing. I don't know. That's just something that's coming through here. But regardless here, I can see that you will be going through a lot of like endings of tough, traumatic cycles. And I feel as if your soul is wanting to learn through these really tough endings here, like these, and I'm not saying that you're going to constantly be going through really like tough situations, but the thing is your soul is strong as hell. That's the thing. Like, you are very strong. Mentally, physically, honestly, mentally and physically, you are strong. And I feel like you've been through a lot of hardship throughout your life, a lot of like heartbreak, loss, betrayal. I see a lot of betrayal here as well. And this could be in like friendship settings, but also in romance and even in family. But what's happening here is that your soul is learning how to push through and fight through the hardships that you go through. Learning how to be in tune with your emotions. Because I feel like you're really logical when it comes to your emotions. Sometimes it's really hard for you to not try to like overanalyze your emotions and see it through a logical perspective. And I feel like your soul really wants to learn how to see it from a side that isn't always so overanalyzing and logical. Because I feel like you are a very logical person. I'm getting a lot of earth energy. Earth and air energy, honestly. But of course there's cups showing up as well, so there we go. But you also want to find stability in your life, especially through finances. It's like your soul wants to learn how to find stability in finances, but also in friendships. And it's like you want to find the people who bring out your inner child. Some of you could be really connected to not only children, but to childhood friends, childhood memories, things that happened in your childhood. There could have been really traumatic friendship situations that happened early on in your life. I'm feeling a big sense of transformation and change throughout your life when it comes to friendships and relationships in general. But there will be a lot of endings of tough cycles. You may have even felt backstabbed by people in your life. Because you're like just being stabbed in the back here. But it's like you're going to learn how to look at the situation from, like, because if you see here, it's stabbed in his back, but then he's like coming out of the body, right? So it's like seeing yourself from an outer body experience, like seeing yourself from outside of yourself. I don't even know if that makes sense, but it's like, I can't even explain it. Let's look at the rest of the cards here. Okay, so we have release. Release anything that keeps you from your path of authenticity, okay? Your soul is wanting to learn how to release in this lifetime because perhaps you hold on to things for too long. Bad habits. You could hold on to bad habits for too long. You could hold on to people who aren't good for you for too long. You could hold on to resentment for too long. This could be many different things. Perhaps you hold on to anger and resentment, and your soul wants to learn how to release this in healthy ways so that you can move forward. You could hold on to a lot of resentment and anger from your childhood that you have yet to release, and you're really needing to learn how to do so. Now we have transformation in love. Look at that. So again, your soul is wanting to learn how to transform, possibly through love situations, but your soul wants to experience love, and you will go through many transformations in this lifetime. Perhaps you had a really hard relationship in the past, and it's held you back from truly loving in the deepest way possible because you have a lot of resentment or anger or emotions that you never were able to release in the past, and you'll find different ways to finally be able to release the resentment and angers and those pent-up emotions and transform through releasing. We also have health and physical activity, okay? So we have life path number 8 showing up, and we also have life path number 4. Some of you, like I said, physically and mentally you are strong. You actually benefit from physical activity because it allows you to release so much energy that you have pent up. And also physical activity is going to be really good for your health in this lifetime. And now in this lifetime, I feel like your soul is also wanting to learn how to be healthy, which is very interesting. So For some of you, maybe you had a tough childhood where you faced bullying because of, could have even been because of your physical body. People could have bullied you for that, or people could have bullied you in other ways, but I feel like it forced you into this situation where you started to pay attention to your health and your physical body a lot more, and perhaps even had this negative body image about yourself. But now it might have also pushed you to want to focus on health and nutrition and topics of the sort. Maybe you work for the health industry, in the health field, I should say, whether you're a doctor, a nurse, a nutritionist, a personal trainer, things of that sort. You could be drawn to those topics, and I feel like that's actually something your soul is wanting to learn, and that is why these certain situations unfolded in your life the way that they did, was so that you were pushed towards learning these different topics in your life, because your soul wants to learn how to be healthy, how to release emotions in a healthy way, how to release pent-up anger in healthy ways, and how to just take care of your mind, body, and soul. And then maybe even help others do the same. And then for more astrology here, we have square challenge. Quincunx, I can't even pronounce, the Mercury retrograde is really getting me tongue-tied. Complexity. And then we have Neptune, dreams, and Uranus energy, revolution. Okay. A lot of generational planets showing up. So again, cutting ties with like generational trauma cycles that keep repeating within your family perhaps. But I do feel like you have been through a lot of challenges throughout your life. A lot of tension, a lot of inner challenges as well. A lot of contradictions, but through this, you're going to transform, okay? And you will become in alignment with your dreams here and your goals. You probably will have many breakthrough moments happen in your life. I'm getting some Aquarius energy, Pisces energy. You have this desire to break free from restrictions. This is what your soul is wanting to learn how to do, how to break free from restrictions surrounding your dreams. Your soul also wants you to pay attention to your dreams more. I feel like some of you have really strong dreams at night, and they can actually point you towards different meanings of your subconscious. Be careful of being too self-sacrificing, okay? And also your soul wants you to tap into your spirituality more and balance practicality with spirituality, right? Because I feel like you guys are very practical, grounded beings, and your soul wants you to kind of allow yourself to tap into that dreamy energy a little bit more and tap into your intuition. But be careful. You want to also set strong boundaries as well, okay? We also have here change and transformation. Look at that. Change and transformation is a huge part of your soul's purpose. You're going to go through a lot of change and transformation throughout your life, because that's what your soul is wanting to learn. Your soul is wanting to learn how to transform and change through all the challenges that you've faced, because it will make you stronger in the end here. And then we have Angel of Self-Worth. You are currently undervaluing yourself. It's time to regain your self-worth. Yeah. So again, if you were bullied in the past or you were made to feel unworthy, your soul, you went through these situations because your soul wants you to learn how to love yourself, to find your self-worth again. Your soul wants you to learn how to love who you are, your mind, body, and soul. Okay, so if you did struggle with like your body image growing up due to like bullying or anything of the sort, or if you struggled with just low self-worth, low self-esteem, low confidence, this is something that you're needing to heal from and truly learn the lessons and start appreciating yourself a lot more and, you know, giving yourself that self-love. We have miracles and trust. So there will be miracles throughout your life as well. Even when you feel like you're going through really challenging times, remember that challenging times don't last forever, right? On the other side of that, there's beautiful new beginnings and miracles and rainbows and just ultimately rewards. Because with Saturn here, yeah, sometimes it causes restrictions, delays, whatever else, but once you learn the lessons that Saturn is trying to teach, it rewards you. So remember that. And also learning how to trust. Your soul wants to learn how to trust. So maybe you had trust issues growing up. You've had trust issues right now due to past relationships. Maybe you have a hard time trusting yourself. Okay? But your soul wants to learn how to trust again. And now we also have clear and activate, create sacred space, and astral travel, caution needed. So this is really interesting because astral travel gives me this whole vibe that I was trying to explain here with the Ten of Swords being like outside of your body, looking down at your body. Because that's what like astral travel can sometimes be. I also feel like with the caution needed, it's like, again, establishing those boundaries, but also paying attention to your dreams. You may have really intense dreams. Oh, my battery's gonna die. Hold on one second. So you could have really intense dreams at times, and you're also meant to, like, again, release, clear and activate, release those pent-up emotions, release negativity, release what's not good for you, and let it all out and let it all go. Creating a sacred space as well where you feel safe, creating that inner security. And now we also have seeing beyond. This is really, you have spiritual psychic gifts. You're able to see things that other people aren't. You could have a really open third eye here. Your intuition is strong, which is why your soul so badly wants you to learn how to trust in your intuition. Because when you do, and when you bring in spirituality and, you know, connect with the universe more, connect with source more, you're really going to be able to create beautiful things in your life. And this also to me is saying, like, seeing beyond your limitations. Even though you have limitations, restrictions, setbacks in life, you're able to see beyond those limitations so that they're not actually holding you back. Because, again, as soon as you learn the lesson that these restrictions are trying to teach you, that is when the restrictions go away, right? Because now you learned the lesson, so now you can be rewarded. So being able to see beyond, that's what your soul wants to learn how to do. Like, see beyond the restrictions and not let yourself feel defeated or unworthy of what it is you're trying to achieve just because there's a setback. Okay? And we also have our creative ability to turn anything to gold. Delight in sharing life's riches, okay? So you have this potential to literally create whatever it is you desire for yourself, but the shadow side of this is hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth, okay? So again, I feel like some of you are so afraid of being without that you may hold on way too hard to things, especially money. So if you have a limiting belief or like a limiting mindset when it comes to money, this is something your soul wants you to work on and work on healing, okay? Because it's not going to bring you the wealth that you desire if you have this obsessive fear of losing your money. And if you have this way of obsessively holding on to your money and worrying about spending it, this will hold you back. And this goes with emotions as well. Needing to release the emotions that are stored within you, which you can do through physical activity, again, and just really allowing yourself to heal. And then we also have freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses, okay? So you're able to, when you're in alignment with your soul, you're able to see your destructive impulses. You're able to notice what you're doing in your life that could be destructive to you or others. And so you also might find yourself being put into situations where you're surrounded by people who are destructive to themselves and to others, who might be really emotional, really angry all the time, really has these impulses that are really just not healthy. And you're able to help them work through that and help them find healthier ways to channel their emotions and their anger and whatever else. But the shadow side of this is fear of facing your own demons, okay? So your soul is wanting to learn how to face your own demons, recognize your unhealthy habits and behaviors, and then make changes and shifts and free yourself from those destructive impulses and help others do the same. And then we have Judge here, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fear distribution of power, okay? So your soul wants you to learn how to see both sides of the coin here, how to help people. It's like a mediator vibes, but also your soul is wanting you to see through corruption of power. So you may be someone, especially within society, I feel like you're someone who's able to see corruption of power within society and within your own community, and perhaps even like when it comes to bosses and people of authority. It's like you want fair distribution of power, and you also want people in power who are leading by example and not leading from power. Some of you could also work with a job where there's legal, like a lawyer, a judge, or some sort yeah. But the shadow side of this is offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority, okay? So keep that in mind. And then lastly, we have here, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. Look at that, yeah. This is when you are embracing who you are, loving yourself, not letting those like feelings of low self-worth get in your way. And the shadow attributes of this is pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others, okay? So you want to be careful. Again, I feel like you're really mindful of your health, and finding balance between your indulgences is really important, but also loving who you are, loving your mind, body, and soul for who you are. And what does your soul want you to release in this lifetime? Let's see. We have surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. So, again, self-worth, loving yourself, loving who you are. Surrender procrastination, okay? So now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. So surrender the need to procrastinate. Your soul wants you to learn how to not procrastinate. And then we also have surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. So you guys would benefit from connecting with nature and just truly taking care of this world, the planet Earth. I feel like you could be environmentalists. You could be really attracted to the mindset of, you know, helping make better decisions when it comes to being like eco-friendly and all of that. You could be into climate change and things like that. So yeah, overall, this is a beautiful reading. Pile number 3. I really hope it resonated in one way or another. If it did, give this a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Hit the subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date with my new pick a card readings. And I really hope to see you next time.